just feel like I got flued out before. I got flued out a few times. You know, you just have to just get to know that person at the end of the day. You know, not not just go because it's a free flight. It's a free trip. And I think a lot of people that haven't been nowhere in life, that haven't seen the world, that haven't traveled, I feel like they hop on it. The first invite, they hop on it and they just like, you know, girl, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go there, whatever. I just feel like, you know, you have to take precautions of what, you know, what can happen. Have a backup plan. If it's just you, if you come into a situation where it's just you in a different place, you know, have a backup plan with that, because some people are weird.
Oh yeah, as you can see, the dudes posted it on their social media.
He
and
did.
Like embarrassed the girl that didn't want to do anything with them. They like put it on their social media and they're like, I haven't spent all this money on you and you don't want to, you should have knew what it was. And kicked them out.
That's crazy.
I said, you got to go.
He spent 10 bands though, so it's like,
what did he do? Right, yeah.
What do you expect him to do when you say no? Like, he respect you enough to let you go. You know what I'm saying? Go back home. It ain't like he tried to take anything from you. You took from him, you know?
Right.
I think that's a learning experience for him. He should do better next time, you know? Don't jump because she's pretty and this, that, and third. You know, get to know that person for that person, and just not because the person look good, because there's a lot of people that look good, but they have a really ugly personality. They really not a good person at all. They look good, but inside they rotten, you know? They might look so bright and shiny and polished so well, but in the inside they just rotten and just smelly and just you know. So you have to really just take your time of really getting to know someone genuinely, you know, without, I mean, it's over a million good looking people in this world that's really kind hearted people that's looking for, you know, real love and just looking to grow with somebody. You know, you just don't just go because they look good, you know. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I feel so bad.
Also, I feel like it is important to ask questions.
Yes.
Like, don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, what it is that you feel. If you feeling anything, don't be afraid to be like, oh, I'm not going to say this. I'm going to ask this down the line. No, ask questions. Ask. Right. And 9 times out of 10, you'll get the response that you need from a person.
Yeah.
And that can either make y'all relationship or break y'all relationship. Like, we be so like, oh, I'm not going to ask them this question right now because we just started talking. No.
I ask a lot of questions, sis. I can be real aggravating. I'm going to let you know right now. That's one of my flaws. I ask too many questions. I should have been a detective. I should have been with the feds, because, like, I'm telling you, like, I really ask a lot of questions. And then sometimes I ask the same question, but I ask it in a different way because I want to know if that's really how you feel. I don't know.
Right.
I got it bad. That's when that God is working on me with that, because I asked, but you know what my grandma told me when I was little? She said, baby, if you want to know something, you got to ask questions. So what I do, that voice in my head, Candy, if you want to know something, you got to ask questions.
Because you might find out later if you don't ask a question, but it might be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the line, and you don't already did so much and invested so much. So if you ask that question right then and there, you would know.
Right. Because,
you know, before you put yourself in a situation that's going to be come out the worst, you never know. It could be worse. It could be better. You just never know. I just feel like we just don't ask questions. Like, people don't ask questions because they're scared. They're nervous. They're like, oh, this is the beginning stages. I don't want to ask these type of questions. But I'm like, just Ask them. However you
I
feel,
ask.
express yourself, because then you will really know how a person feels, what they, what their intentions are. Just ask the questions.
I ask a lot of questions, sis. I ask a lot of questions, sis. I ask so many questions. I know I be aggravating sometimes, but I have to ask the questions because I can't sleep at night. I have to ask so I can sleep at night. Because it was like, if I don't ask the questions, I cannot. It goes in my head, and then I start assuming things, and I hate assuming things, so I have to ask the questions so I won't assume anything. So, women, we can assume things sometimes, men too, but women, we definitely can do it. And it can just put you in a situation where you can really mess up your blessing. So I just ask questions, so I just won't mess up my blessing, because I'm like, okay, I really want to know, and.
Right.
He's
It's
gonna
the
I can
same thing.
sleep.
It's like you can't sleep. You're thinking about it. You're like, oh my God, was it this? Was it that? Like you say, you get to assuming things. But it's like when you ask that question, you're going to get the answer. You're going to get the answer that you need. You know, I
Be
don't know.
quiet. He talking about he can sleep.
Oh, I can sleep. I see it.
Listen.
Ask questions. Ask
Or sometimes,
questions.
you know what I do if I know it's late and I know that person's asleep, I write it down. I put it in my notes on my
Mm.
phone. And sometimes I put in my notes on my phone and I pray over it. That God give me understanding. Sometimes if I just can't be patient and wait the next day, I ask God to give me understanding, and then He'll show me a sign.
I got a question. Do you talk to yourself sometimes?
Yes, I do.
I've read that people who talk to themselves are geniuses.
I talk to myself all the time.
I do too. Like I always talk to myself. I'm always like trying to map out how everything goes, how this conversation went. I just find myself doing that all the time, and I'm like, I wonder if other people do that.
I talk to myself all the time. It's sad.
Okay, so I see that we got a couple of men in here, and we wanted to ask y'all, do y'all like natural women? And when I say natural, I mean like no wigs, no weave, no lashes, no makeup. Um, do you like your woman to be that? The woman that you want to marry, the woman that you want to be with? Or is you don't care? Like you want her to switch it up. You like to switch up. You like the wigs and the weave sometimes and the makeup. We want to ask you guys, the men, that question.
Mm. Yes,
How
yes,
do you want
yes.
your woman to be, your woman, your wife, the person that you feel that you would want to wake up to every day? Do you prefer her to be natural, or you don't mind her to switch it up sometimes? That's what we want to ask y'all tonight, because we got a few fellas in the building tonight. So that's one of the questions that we want to ask y'all. How do you prefer your woman? Do you want a natural woman, meaning no makeup, no weave, no lashes, anything like that? What do you think men prefer? Or do you like your woman to switch it up? Be a different person some days. Some days,
Hey, you gotta switch it up. You gotta be, you gotta be natural. You gotta be that little diva. You gotta be that little nasty girl. You gotta be that, the little wholesome girl. You gotta be that,
right.
You gotta switch it up. You gotta be the girl next door. You gotta be, the one down the street, around the corner. You gotta be, that dancer that's in that club that's on that pole sometimes. You gotta switch it up.
Right. Like you ever watch the show P Valley? You watch that show?
Mm-mm. I got a son. I can't have them spirits in my house.
Girl, you gotta watch that when the kids go to bed.
Mm.
That's like a grown up show. This is another topic about the hair. I don't know if you've seen it, but Doja Cat had recently cut all of her hair off. And if you don't know, Doja Cat is actually mixed. I believe that her dad is like African, so she had basically hair like us. She had the hair that's curly, kinky, it gets really, really thick, and it's matted. You don't take care of it. That black girl hair that some of us, that we have. And she just cut it all off. And she always said that she had trouble with maintaining her hair, maintaining it. So some people were saying she crazy. She done went crazy. She done pulled a Britney Spears. But she actually went back on her live and said, y'all, I'm not crazy. Like, there's nothing going on me. I just want to cut my hair. Like, I just want to be free. I just want to feel free. There's nothing wrong. So my question is like, people are assuming that something wrong with her. Is people always assuming that there's something wrong with us women when we cut
Right.
all our hair off? So how do you feel being? Because I know for me, I struggle sometimes with even doing my hair. Sometimes I don't want to do it because it's just so much work.
Yeah.
And I've actually sometimes been like, you know what? I'm gonna cut my hair. I'm just gonna cut all my hair off because it's less stress. It's you don't have to worry about it. You can pick up and go. You could just don't have to worry about dealing with it. So how do you think about it? Do you think she's going through something, or do you think she's just tired of her hair? She just want to cut it off. She's at that stage where I don't care what people think. I just want to feel free. What you think about that?
For me, from personal experience, you know, I cut my hair off before.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe she was going through something. I think cutting off your hair for me, when I cut off my hair and I started over, you know, many years ago, I did because I want a fresh start. I wanted to cut all the negativity out. I wanted to just start fresh, you know. So I think maybe she went through something in her life and she just wanted to cut all that energy off and start over with positive energy and embrace her natural beauty. Because when you cut all your hair off, that's all you have is your beauty to show. Your hair is not there. You can't enhance your beauty with your hair. So all you have is your beauty. So I think it was more like a self-love type of thing she was going through. And, you know, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think, you know, I think every woman, not, you know, I think most women, I would say, have been through that phase where you just wanted to embrace your beauty, your natural beauty. You wanted to start all over from the beginning. I know that's what I did. I regretted it when I had did it at first. But it's like, oh, you know, all I got is like, you know, this, you know. So I think, you know, it's not a bad thing that she did that. I don't think it is. You know, I don't think it was a health issue. I think it's more like she just wanted to embrace the natural her, and maybe she's building up her confidence. Maybe she wanted to start from the beginning, you know. And I mean, I support her, you know what I'm saying, with that, because I have been in that place where I wanted to start completely over, and it's not a bad thing to start over. You know, you do it, you gotta stand on it, you gotta work it, you know what I'm saying. You gotta, you know, let other women know, hey, you know, hair doesn't make you, you know, it just enhances your beauty. And, you know, now I wouldn't cut my hair, but back then I did, you know. But I support her with that because you have to really, like, that's like a bold move you make when you cut all your hair off like that. And
Yeah.
I think she's beautiful with hair and without hair. I don't see nothing wrong with her, you know, not having hair at all.
Right.
And that's
I
people
feel
problem
like
is they're so focused on the outside, how people look, that you don't even know like what she's really going on the inside, and how she's trying to polish her inside so her inside can match her outside, you know.
right.
And I think that's what it is. She's polishing her inside to match her outside because she's beautiful. So I think maybe she has some things within herself she's working on, and she just want to start from the beginning. And I think that's what it is. I mean, I know a lot of women that have done that before, including myself. So I don't
Right.
see nothing wrong with that.
And I feel like too, like we get so caught up in like the traditional things of
Mm-hmm.
life that we'll miss the opportunity to do things that we really want to do things that we really like. Oh, I wish I would, you know, because like I say, when you go down the line and you get 50, 60, 70 years old, people be like, oh, I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. I wish I would have did this. But it's like, when you really get to that point in your younger years where you like, you know what, I'm just going to do it because I want to do it and not worry about what people think. I feel like that's a beautiful thing because like if you that stuff is so real when people be like, oh, when you get 70, you're gonna be like, you wish you would have did this. And when you're in your early 20s or 30s and you get to a point where you don't even care what people think and you just do things because it'll make you happy, you'll do things because you just take that chance, you take the opportunity to do whatever it is.
Right.
I feel like that's the best thing ever.
Right.
You know, like, so I'm with her. I agree with her. Like, I feel like kudos to her for doing that, to do what she wants to do, because who cares? All she did was cut off her hair. It's gonna grow back if she wanted
Right.
to. If it don't grow back, it don't have to grow back. It's just
Give me
hair.
one
Like you
second.
said,
I'm
she
gonna
feel
go get some
beautiful.
stuff right quick. Larry, stay right here on live because I want you to talk about your products, hair products. Since we talking about hair, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, sis.
Okay, upper echelon underscore says, I don't try to understand the woman's logic to a certain because we think differently. That's true. That's another thing. That's another topic that I would love to get into. I know it's a long topic that we're gonna have to talk about this, and I really would like for the men to join into our conversation about us thinking differently and understanding that women and men, we all think differently. Like, a lot of times the men think on logic, right? Y'all think logically, and the women, we think on emotions. That's just how we are. That's how we are as women and men. And I feel like if we can get an understanding that we all think differently, I feel like relationships will work so much better than they are now. Because women, we do think emotionally. We do like think on emotion because we're emotional creatures. Like, we just go straight to this is how it makes me feel. This is how it makes me feel. This is how it looks. And the men are just mostly like, this is what happened. You know, this is how it's supposed to go. So I just feel like relationships will work so much better if we can understand each other rather than just like trying to have a conversation and be like, okay, well, she don't have her conversation. I ain't listening to nothing she's saying. I'm going to speak my point, get my point across instead of, you know what, I'm going to listen to her and see, you know what I mean, and understand why she feels like this.
The name of my company is called Upper Echelon, and it's a all natural hair care product. I have oils and also shea butter. Those are the two biggest focuses that I have. So, oh, there she go. So she has the products right there. So they all are black seed oil based. The oils are mostly like your scalp, and the shea butter I use it as a finisher on your hair, but you can also put it on like your skin to like heal marks and scabs and things of that nature. But if you just want that nice finishing glow that comes with, shea butter, you can also use it for there. If you think about your scalp or your skin, think about it as like soil, right? So if you take care of a plant, if the soil's right, the plant's going to grow strong. It might grow fast, it might grow wide, however it needs, but it's going to grow healthy. And that's the whole point of Upper Echelon, is for hair health, hair and skin health.
Right.
Okay, and like, what does the product consist of? Like, what do you have? I can trying to see what she got in her hand there. What is that?
She has what I got. So it consists of black seed oil, jojoba oil, 5% peppermint, and then whatever vitamin E, and then whatever scent is in there. So I have the red ones are strawberry, which she has there. The black ones are mango, and then I also have a gold one, which would be teak wood. And then the shea butters also match. The shea butters also match as well.
Yeah.
So any men out there, they trying to get their their beards glossy, right? Or they want to grow their hair, or women as well, right? Just if you have a healthy scalp, it's gonna help with growth. It's gonna help with strength. It's gonna help you battle like having all those corn flaky flakes that you have, eczema, dry skin, even with ringworm as well. Like anything that has to do with like damaging of your skin that fights against you with your hair growth and just hair in general, my product is gonna actually help with that.
Okay, well, it seems like you needed Doja Cat needed to call you when she was having her problem.
I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure. She, like I said, she was going through something, whatever.
Yeah.
Whether that was just like stress or she put too much color in her hair. She probably wore too many wigs and things of that nature. Because you also gotta let your hair breathe. And I don't know, that you have a whole bunch of color or whatever else is in your hair, but you gotta let your hair breathe. You gotta let your hair be in its natural state for a while. So like me. I got retwist, but it was a month before I had, my last one because I want to make sure that my hair is going to be growing the right way, that I don't put a whole bunch of stress, I don't put a whole bunch of chemicals and stuff in my hair. In fact, when I go get my hair done, I have my stylist or my loctician actually use my oils and my shea butter in my own hair. Same thing with my barbers as well.
Okay.
It's good. I'm gonna get you some, sis. I'm gonna get you some this week. I'm gonna get you some, okay? You
Oh yeah.
and bruh.
So it comes like that in the bag that you have.
So that's the bundle. Hold on. That is the bundle bag, but I have smaller
Okay.
silk bags that everything else comes in. So like that's like the kit that she got. But I have another. Let me see. I got it. Give me 1 second. You can get to see a little bit of my house. I got
this is my makeup bag. I got my makeup in here.
Oh, you got it in your makeup bag. Okay.
I made this my makeup bag.
Like so is that something that you do all the time? Is that like an everyday routine? Like how does that work? Do I do it every night? Is it every other day? Or how many times should I use it throughout the week?
So with the oil you want to use every time you get done, washing. Every time you get done, like washing your hair, clean your hair, you want to use the oil. You either want to do that at night or when you wake up, because our hair goes through 3 to 4 different. They're gonna do 3 different stages. There's like a growth stage. There is like a regular standard stage where it's just kind of like in limbo, and then there's like a dead stage where actually like our hair does it actually stops growing, right? But just to kind of show you, these are the bags that it comes in. So I got it in red and also black.
It's so good because my scalp is so like it get irritated so quick, like it be so itchy. And I start using the oil. I'm not gonna even lie. I'm not friend. If I like something, I like it because my scalp is so tricky. Like with shampoo and conditioning and stuff like that. I put it on my scalp after I wash my hair because my scalp is so itchy. Like it's like a stretch itch that you can't get to. But when I put oil on it afterwards, I let it massage my scalp and everything like that. It eases down to like the itch go away slowly, but for sure it goes away. And like when my son get a haircut, I know he'll break out, like his skin is real sensitive. But when he get a haircut, I wash his hair and I put the oil and stuff on his hair, and he haven't had no breakouts. Like that was like the first time he haven't had no breakout like in forever, because like he's always always breaking out because his skin is so sensitive, and it's been like working good,
Okay.
I got my son the teak wood one because I want him to smell like a little man, because he growing up, so I got him that one. And I got the strawberry. I love the strawberry. The strawberry smells so good. But yeah.
Oh, so
and I put it on my body too. I put the shea butter on my body because like people always smell, oh, your skin always glowing and stuff. And I told him I use my coconut oil and stuff like that. But I started using this too, and it just like enhanced like my skin tone and stuff like that. So it works really good, and it smells good, and it feels good on your body. Like it really like give you that shine, especially us dark skinned women. It kind of like give us that glow that we don't have to like put on like glitter and stuff. We can just like put that on, it give you like that natural glow. It's like, dang girl, your skin popping. So
right.
Yeah.
What do you prefer your woman to look like? Do you prefer your woman to be more on the natural side, or are you the type of guy that likes for your woman to switch it up sometimes?
I like the all natural. No, she can switch it up, all she wants. But I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, I'm trying to see it all natural.
Okay.
Let me see you with that wig off. Take that wig
Okay.
off. Take all that makeup off. All that. Take all that acrylic off your nails. Whatever. You keep the nails. I mean, you don't want to do too much. You know what I'm saying? But I just want you to strip down because us as men, we walk around regular all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be good to see more of the natural than the all dolled up. Which there's no problem getting.
Hmm.
There's no problem getting dolled up. I don't want to make that clear. There's no problem getting dolled
Oh,
up.
so you
There's no
prefer
problem with
natural?
makeup.
Okay.
Yes, I prefer natural. Yes, ma'am.
Do you think that's all men? They prefer natural without the wigs and the weave and the lashes?
I'm speaking for men like me. Now,
Hmm.
how many of those men that there are, I don't know, but I know there's a good percentage of black men like me who love the natural woman, right? Now we do like Chief, yeah, we do like when y'all do different things and we get something different. That's cool, right? But we like that natural glow, that natural look, right? Because that's a person who I was gonna be with, for the most part. So just
Can
show
you
us
re-answer
that.
that question? Because I had my light went out.
Yeah, see, it's not that serious for most. It's not serious for some men. Yeah, I mean, like
What's your
some
type?
women like natural, natural.
It ain't meant for me to Why does it say
Everyone has
no?
their preference. Not that serious for some men. Yeah,
What is this?
some men really don't care. They just like, hey, just get yourself together and just let me see it. Some men we like the natural. We gonna ask for it. Like, it's expensive for you to keep up that look. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with the look, but we
Right.
want you to be yourself. So yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Sorry about that. My thing died. My laptop. So you prefer a woman to be natural, right? That's what you said. Because I had left
Yeah.
out to go get my charger. What you say?
Yep. Yes, ma'am. That's what I prefer.
Okay.
I like the different
Natural
look.
and
Say what?
natural into what?
I got no problem with the wigs, the different looks, the colors, the nails, all the makeup. I got no problems with that at all because I know people like doing touch ups and want to have different looks. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Right.
I just said for the most part, I want to see you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. Okay. My bad. Mm.
I know y'all had some.
So,
What other questions? What other questions y'all
so
had?
the other topic that we have for tonight, what do you think about the fluid out coach, fluid out culture? Do you feel like a woman is obligated to have sexual relationships with you if you fly her out, give her a plane ticket, date, hotel? How do you feel about that situation? And what would
That's
you
where
do?
that's whatever y'all agree upon before she get there. I think that since we grown, I don't think nothing should be assumed until we had the conversation. Like I done had instances where I brought a young lady out and nothing happened. Whatever, we never had those discussions. Whatever, and then I had some situations where young ladies were here and that did go down. So it all depends on the conversation and agreement that you have with that person. And it's okay because we grown. Like, so you can tell them, hey, what is to be expected, right? And if certain things change, then they change. But there shouldn't be too much change on what you guys discussed. Once the young lady or young man gets to that destination,
Right.
because that's what's to be expected. Now, I know if y'all in a relationship, whatever, then that's different. Then y'all gotta have that on. Y'all gotta have a different. I think different conversation needs to be had by then. whatever. But like I said, we grown, so y'all should definitely have that conversation, especially with all the stuff that's what's going on, out in the world. People getting killed, people getting different charges, and there's all types of crazy stuff. So I just think if y'all have an agreement on what's to go down or what is to be expected, when you come out there, I think everything will be fine. And I
Right.
think, what, I seen something that I admire. I seen a young man. Now, I don't know if a conversation was had, but he immediately took this young lady back to the airport. He said, "Oh, you not doing this? All right, I'm taking you home." She was mad. She was upset. I get it. I understand it. If there was a conversation had and that was on the table and she tried to take it away, shame on her. But if that wasn't discussed, that's shame on him. You shouldn't be assuming. But I would suggest that no woman, fly out without having an understanding on what she's getting into and what the plans are going to be. I think that's for everybody's safety, especially for women.
Right.
I agree. It's definitely the conversation. Like, what was the conversation about? Like, what the communication? I just feel like some people just be like, "Oh, I'm about to get fluid out. I'm about to do this," and they don't think about after. So the communication is definitely key. What we talking about? What we gonna do when I get out there? What your intentions are? And I feel like all that mess that happened whenever you want me to do something with you and I don't want to do will be out the window if we just have the conversation beforehand.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I low key think some men are scared, right? I think what some men should do, you should keep if you want to have sex with this young lady, you keep courting her until you get her to a level to where she's like, "All right, nigga, like, what's up? Like, you talking this talk, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like you want me, whatever. I want you, like, what's up, whatever."
Right.
And then I say, "Hey, yeah, and then you talk about it. Then you can ease your way into it. Like, hey, look, what do you think about coming out here, with me for like 3 days of paradise, where we gonna go out to eat, we gonna go see movies, we gonna play some pool, we gonna do X, Y, and Z, and then I lay down that night and give you everything that you ever wanted." Like, there's a way to say it. You don't gotta be vulgar about it, but just play around with it, because sometimes you can be direct with a woman, but you also can be you can be direct with a woman, but also you can be kind. You can dress it up a certain type of way to where it's not offensive to say, "Hey, I really want to have sex with you." You gotta tell a woman, "Hey, I want to F you." Like, no, shoot, man, I want to make love to you all night long. Or, look, I want to do some things to you that I can't tell you over the phone, but as soon as you get here, I'm gonna lay you out in this bed and let you know how I really feel about you. See, that's insinuating sex right there, right? So that's a way to say it, and you gotta understand. You got to understand the woman that you're dealing with and how she likes to be talked to, because you don't know how she's going to be talked to. How you gonna think you're just gonna have sex with this woman that you seeing for the first or second time, right? You got to get that understanding. You got to know her love language. You got to know what she like, what her dislikes are, and she got to know you too. So you got to put yourself out there and let you know, "Hey, look, this is what I want. This is what I'm expecting. What do you feel about that?" Whatever. And I guarantee you gonna get farther with a woman by telling her the truth than lying to her. That's my prerogative. I don't know how other men do it, but that's just me.
Right.
Why
And
have to?
JR
What do you have to talk
underscore
about?
32 Bill says, "Do we really plan when we have sex?"
I feel like you're supposed to to a certain extent. Like, you want to, like, especially like women, you want to like have like something sexy on, even though it's not gonna be on that long, but you want to like role play a little bit, a little foreplay. You want to like, spice up a little bit before you actually go into it. You just don't want to like. I know they say you should, it should come naturally, but you want to like always expect that it's gonna happen. Like, you want to make sure, like, you take care of yourself. Make sure you groom yourself good and take care of your body and stuff like that always. But you always want to prepare, like, you want to feel sexy in something before you actually get to the intercourse part. I mean, that's me personally. necessary thing like this. It's I always plan for, if I know I'm attracted to this person and I know that we're on the same page, I'm just gonna prepare for that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me personally.
Why does it have to be talked about? Why? What about the vibe and time spent with each other?
I mean, the vibe. I mean, you can still insinuate it within the vibe and time spent, because you definitely don't want to have nobody come out there and then you don't get what you want.
Right.
So if it's just it's a vibe and you feel and you feeling it, they say, hey, you know, what do you think about what do you think about being intimate? You know, when you coming out here, and
Right.
if that person says no, be like, cool, you know, I would get that person a hotel if they don't plan to, you know, be intimate with me personally, because I don't want to feel like I want to be intimate with somebody. They say yes, I have them stay with me for 3 nights in a row, and then me gotta fight that feeling, and then me, you know, we end up being uncomfortable because I want something and they staying, you know, 3 days with me. No, I don't want to put myself in that position, and I don't want to put that young lady in that position. So I feel like it should be talked about. And yes, I feel like most women actually plan out if they're gonna have sex with a man. That don't mean they gotta tell us men. We don't know that. They know when they're gonna have sex with us. So
Right.
I would just like to be included in your plans that you got up here. Am I included? We doing this? Okay, cool. I'm fine with that. I can throw that away. I'm like, boom, all right, we're gonna do it. I can just focus on everything else now. I don't have to worry about the night, because I already know what I'm doing.
So
Somebody just
Jay, I have a
said,
question.
so basically, if you get somebody a plane ticket, you want sex, but if the person say no sex, then you not going to have sex? They asking that question.
That's not it, because you can still get somebody a plane ticket. You can still get somebody a plane ticket and not have sex with them. It's
Right.
what y'all gonna do when they get there. That's the whole thing. You can plan out whatever you want to plan out, whatever, and still not have sex with that person. I am suggesting that if you're not having sex with that person, get them a hotel to stay in. That's me personally, so you don't have to fight the feeling. Now, if it just so happens that they feel some type of way, the day's going good, and on that second night or the night before they leave, it ends up going down and they staying there with you, hey, that's a plus, because that wasn't something that was talked about, and you did such a good job as a man, you end up getting it. Hey, that's a plus for you, buddy.
Right.
Right, because you're gonna, like you say, you're gonna know if the woman wants to continue whatever y'all have going on. You're gonna know it. She's gonna already plan it in her mind already of what she wants to do with that person.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, like when you drop a woman off, this is me. If you drop a woman off and she that came out there, it's like, I don't know, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and she invites you up. I was like, you sure about this? I mean, I would ask, I'm like, you sure you want me to come up? You know how it's kind of late. And she said yes. Yeah. All right.
That's the green light.
Right.
So, you know.
That sound like green light to me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sound green to me. Also sound like shot o'clock too. Sound like shot o'clock.
Oh,
Lord.
you been going?
Hold on, give me a second. We fix
These
my
some good questions. People asking. They want. It sound like they want the real. It sound like they want the real, and y'all giving it to them.
Because obviously it's a miscommunication between people, because she went and got flued out just thinking, I'm just gonna get flued out, gonna have dinner and everything's gonna be cool, I don't have to do anything. But his intentions was to eventually have sex with her. So we really want to know, what should we do on both sides? And it seems like it's the communication. Okay, let's talk about it. What are our plans? Like, let's have an itinerary of what we about to do when you come out here.
Right.
Junior, what up? Okay, this is Junior, the one asking. What up, boy?
Doing
Yeah.
good, doing good.
Yeah, some of the things that we were talking about, he didn't agree with, and I want to see what his opinion was. Like, what did he think about what we was talking about, and why you didn't agree with it?
Because I feel like if you fly somebody out, you should not have expectation on having sex. What about like the time spent? What about the memories being made? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it happened, it happened. If it don't, it don't. So basically, what y'all saying is, the person agree to have sex with you, you're gonna fly them out. But if a person don't agree to have sex with you, you're not gonna fly them out.
Mm.
No, I still fly. I still fly them out. They just ain't staying with me. I get them. I'm get a hotel.
But what if you want to fly somebody out? If they ain't gonna stay with you, what about like the memories being made? What about time being spent together? What about like having fun, going on dates, having conversations? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I know. I respect.
if I was a female, I'm not gonna get on a plane. I'm not gonna stay with a person that don't want me to stay with them because I'm not gonna have sex with them. That means that person not for them.
No, I want to respect that. I want to respect her because just me being a man, I cannot lay down to a voluptuous brown-skinned woman with all that beautiful thickness, sweetness there and not put my hands on it. I'm sorry. I can't lay in the bed with a woman and do that. I ain't strong enough to do that. And I don't want to put myself in a position to where I got to fight my natural instincts to be all over her. So just so I can respect her and respect our date, whatever, I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to get you a hotel. It's not going to be too far away. You can still come over to my place. We can still have fun and stuff like that. But as far as like sleeping over, just so I can respect you as a woman, I will be more comfortable if I can get you a hotel and not stay with me because I can't fight you.
So basically, what you saying is you can't lay in the bed with somebody that could possibly be your future wife, future girlfriend, and not have sex with them.
I don't want to. 100% right. 100% right. Because if it's somebody who I want to be my wife, it's somebody who I want to spend my future with. I'm like, I want to experience you right here, right now, and I don't want nobody else to have you. You 100% right. Yeah, no, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fight those feelings. I don't. Now, if she's away from me, hey, I'm cool. I can fight. I can fight that feeling all I want because it's not there. But this thing about you can smell the nape of her neck. You can feel that heat between the sheets. I ain't trying to fight that. I'm trying to get all up in it, look at her face, and kiss her in the mouth and do all types of nasty stuff to her because that's the person I want to be with. I want all that. And I'll be damned if I got to fight that and she say no. Well, you know what? Let me respect you and I'm going to respect myself. And let me get you this hotel. And when you wake up in the morning, I'm going to call you. We'll go to breakfast. We'll have fun all day.
But you're also respecting her. A woman, I feel like a woman would respect you more if you could lay in the bed and cuddle with her and not have sex with her.
Yeah, we can cuddle.
And guess what? The second day, you did not have sex with her the first day. Y'all cuddling, having fun, went out to eat and stuff like that. And y'all didn't do nothing. The second day, she probably put it on you.
She might, but she might respect me more that I say, hey, look, I can't handle laying down with you because this is what I want. She might respect that more because I'm a man.
Right.
Some men don't even do that. Now I'll cuddle with her if we watching TV and we just happen to fall asleep with one another while we watch TV. Hey, I ain't gonna do nothing because that's not expected. Oh yeah, I don't cuddle all day. I'm a cuddle bear. You think I grow this beard just because I like it? Nah, just rub on that cuddle with that. I like all that shit.
Yes, talk your shit. Yes.